Hello my sweet friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. I am planning to do something that I've never done before, so this is gonna be a experiment, but I have high hopes on achieving a goal. This is I don't know because you can still recognize it or not, because I flattened it down quite a bit. It's a cereal bag, and because this is just an experiment, it could probably come out okay or good, but if not, I bought 2 more boxes of cereal because I don't keep these things around. My goal here is to decorate this and then use it for a cover. I obtained for $2.99 a whole bunch of these Traveler's Journal, and basically it's what it's called. It's the weekly journal. It has to-do list in the back, and it also will keep tabs of whatever is going on during the week. So I think I've got 8 of these for $2.99 and 2 planners, but they're outdated planners. Well, going back to the cereal bag. The cereal bag, you know how it comes like this, you know, at the end. And so I cut it off because there was no way I could stretch it out. So when I cut it off, I was able to, you know, cut and make it straight. So see how the big difference it is? There's a big difference right there. And then I trim it off the best I could. Now this one, I noticed that it has these lines here and I'm not happy with it. So I'm gonna pretend that these were all scrunched up, and I'm just gonna cut the same. So let's just do the best I can, and I'm gonna use this as a guide. I don't want to cut too much of it because my idea, hopefully it will work out. There. I think that looks pretty good. So that's another piece that I eliminated. I think this is good. Then I do not like this part. So let's see something. What if, just what if, there. Now let's see. It's big, but I think I could make it work. And I still have enough. So this is basically an idea that I just have, and I don't know if it's gonna work like I said, but I wanna try it. You never know if it's gonna work unless you do something about it. So I am gonna cut it open, the whole thing, and then I'm gonna decorate it. And I don't know, let me just imagine there is a fold there, but then there's a fold here. I might end up sewing it at the end, but first I'm gonna decorate. So I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you what I want to use for decorations, and we'll go from there. All right. Okay, so I have a idea, but before I do that, I want to decorate. So what I did was I cut open the cereal bag, and so my goal will be to decorate this bag And I want it to be decorated on both sides. So anything I place here has to be upside down. And then I guess then I'll have to flip it and decorate the other side. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So that's the step. I haven't cut this area yet because I think it's gonna be convenient, but I'm not sure. Let's see what happens. Alrighty, so I figured that I need to chat with you guys about the method that I'm using. I'm able to fold this in and then, you know, do this, but I really want to decorate the inside. So in order for me to see where I would decorate and not decorate, whichever the case was, I opted to take a legal size paper, fold it just like it was gonna be covering this. And this is what I've been playing with. I'm trying to decorate it with scraps. These are my smaller scraps, the bin that I do my vintage stuff, and I've been pulling from there. And yes, I have to, I'm doing one side first, and then I will have to do the other one. But this right here was a card that I showed at haul that I did from Sam's Flax. It's an art store. I could build a tiny shape inside of a bottle, and then the rest of it says if I wanted to, which is basically, it was like a tiny card like that. So I decided to cut it, and I want this one to be my focal point. Yeah, so I cut this small doily, and I'm trying to build, I want to build a little bit layers, but I have to also think that I have to glue this whole thing down. So yes, this is gonna be, this is a piece of scrap of my watercolor creations. And so I think it kind of helps that. So let's see. It's gonna take, this is gonna take a little bit of time because I need to figure out exactly how I want everything. And let's see how it's gonna look. And I don't know if I really want to cover all the white. So this is what I've been thinking of so far. A little bit of tearing and this and that. So once I am sure that this is what I'm gonna do, then I'm just gonna go ahead and glue it all down and go to the other side and do the same thing, because I want both sides, this side and this side, decorated. So let's see what happens, and I'll bring you back in here to once I glue it down, so that way you can see what I did so far. All right, okay, so I decorated what I needed to decorate on the other side, and I'll show you in a little bit. I also sewed, which my sewing machine gave me such a hard time, but I sewed here, and then I folded these flaps that were there. I just folded it and sewed in each crease that I had. Then I put one of my kitchen towels, took the iron and tried to iron it a little bit, but my iron was too hot, so this happened. But thankfully I did it in the inside because it didn't affect how it looked on the outside. So this is how the outside ended up looking. This is my collage for this side. I use scraps except for this and this. This is basically one of those little picture from Tim Holtz, and then this was from the Sam's Flax art store. But these are all embellishments or ephemera. I stamped here 2026. I put the 3 C's of Carmen Crafty Creations, and like I said, I'll only use stamp. This is significant for me because this reminds me of vintage. This reminds me, this little piece right here reminds me of the jelly plate designs that I've done, and painting with watercolor and using mixed media. The ephemera reminds me of that as well, of, you know, doing vintage designs. And yeah, so there's like a little bit of meaning. Then this side, which is the back, I took the stamping area of the yellow envelope that actually fits the same size right here. It actually fit there. Then music, because I love music. And these are also, this was done by me. This is ephemera. And then I did the doily here. You can barely see it, but it's there. And then I did also the other half of the doily to the back. I love this paper. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby. This is also ephemera. This is a ticket from Goodwill because I love thrifting. So yeah, so it has a little bit of the things that I like, basically, and this is the end result. Like I said, I had to sew. Now this would bother a lot of people, but it doesn't bother me. Now this is the book that I got at the thrift store, by the way. Let me show you. It was not only one, it was a few. Let me see, how many was it? 2, 4. With that one is 6. These 2 little planners and this packet of lining pad value pack, I guess, to take notes, whatever. And this also, this one was also there. $2.99 for all this. So yeah, I decided that sewing was gonna give it I guess it's stability, because the paper, the legal size paper that I used, that I didn't even have to trim, I didn't want it to move back and forth, so that would keep it in place. So all I have to do, I just want to show you, is that I folded these areas like that, right? So when I place my traveler's journal there, or whatever you want to call it, a calendar, I just tuck it in that side, and then I'll do the same thing here, and I'm tucking it inside of this part. That's it, and that's gonna keep it in place. Now you can see my cover. And it's protected. This is the back. I did stamping, some stamping on it. I took a little star stamp and I did some stamping, random ones. And then I also did another like banner stamp. But you see, there's stamping. There's stamping there. And this is how the end results looks. So I'll be honest, I don't know if the ironing kind of stiffened it a little bit, and I don't know if it actually needed it, but what I did like is the fact that I was able to sew and everything stays in place. And I cut the long threads, but I like, you know, things like this, kind of messy looking. Because it reminds me I didn't buy it, I made it. So yeah, so there you go. I hope you like it. I love it. I know I love it. I can't stop touching it, and I know it's not gonna get dirty because it's basically protected. I was able to put 2. And my husband's question was, if you put 2 in here, would you decorate this and this part in the inside? So how you put 2, it was just placing it there, and then this leaf is gonna keep that there. And there you go, you got 2. So you can actually add 2 to this. It's just gonna pop open like that, but you can place a rubber, hold it in place. I can actually create with something with an elastic and put a little charm in it too. So that's another thought, just add a charm to the back of it. Well, there you go. I have to give it a thought about adding a charm for the elastic, but I like how it turned out, and it's something that it didn't cost me anything except for glue. What's it called? It didn't cost me anything, but I used the glue, the scraps, and a sewing machine. So that's it. That's all I have for you today. So I'm glad you were able to join me today in my crafty corner. And if you like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. And as always, my friends, stay safe and craft away. Bye.